meet my lovelies, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are setting up April. Is that the right month? Is April the right month? I think it's April. In my bullet journal, but before we do that, I'm going to get started with the quarterly goals because it is the start of a new quarter. So I did this clip was originally supposed to be a separate video, but I said to myself, if it is less than half an hour, I'll just tack it on to the April setup. And it was 23 minutes long, raw, without being sped up. So I was like, okay, if that gets sped up 300%, that's literally gonna be like maybe I think that'd be about just under 3 minutes, I think, or just over 3 minutes. Time math is weird, but that's what's happening. So yeah, I'm setting up the quarter 2 goals and tasks page, and let me tell you something, I really actually struggled with both of my setups this month. My quarter 2 setup was, I think, the start to it all, because I, for some reason, keep thinking that my letter stencil is actually the perfect size. It's not. It's great, but if I want the letters that big, I'd have to do them in 2 rows, and while I'm not too fussed about making it 2 rows, it's just you don't find out until it's too late. Which is so annoying, because the piece of sticker paper that I use is the exact fit that I need on the page, right? But putting it actually physically down on the paper says, oh, it's too big. Now the letters are hanging off. Now I have to cut it and make it work. And because of that, it's just a right mess. So I did struggle a bit here with putting the title on, and I really should have just learned my lesson, but I haven't been having the best month, it feels like. And I feel like this week really did. I think it's reached its peak this week, or at least that's what it feels like, because I've just been extra demotivated. Somebody's setting off the fire alarm in the kitchen because nobody understands fans. I swear, whatever. We're just continuing because I can't be bothered to pause. But I figured it out. I got the titles on. But as I was saying, like, this month has been one of the worst, I think, of this year for me so far. And it's literally only, I don't even know what month it is. Is it March still? I think it's still March. But I just haven't been motivated to do a lot of things. And then my depression hit, and it's just like, oh, now you're in this perpetual cycle of not being motivated to do anything, because you have all of this work that you've been given that isn't really work. It's just being used as a POS system, and it needs to be done to get used alongside this thing. But like, my work could also be a lot easier if the person I'm working with used the same things that I did, so that they could be compatible, and I didn't have to do 600 to 1,000 lines in an Excel spreadsheet by myself. Like, if you want this information, help me get you this information. You know what I mean? Like, you can't expect one person to do literally the job of a POS system. And if you don't know what a POS system is, the easiest, simplest understanding is whenever you go into a store, it is the thing that the cashier uses to check you out. That little computer thing that they're scanning the items into and entering codes into and doing prices into, that is a POS system that keeps track of their inventory, how much things cost, how much they have in stock, how much they don't have in stock, if they need to order, etc., etc., etc. The place that I'm working for doesn't have one of those. So now I have to get their receipts, their daily receipts, and manually put them into an Excel sheet so that they can manually cross-check it against their inventory, which is what the person I'm working with is doing. to figure out what they're low on, what they've sold, and what they need to buy, and whatever. And it's like, I just got given like a legit shop bag of those receipts, and I look at it and I'm just like, I don't want to do this, because not only is it just a lot of work, but there's also other things on top of that that I have to do, like the brochures, the daily special sheets, and I'm just like, one person cannot do all of this. One person cannot be expected to do a legit program's job. I'm a human being, not a computer. But apparently my fear of confrontation outweighs it. So I don't know. And it's even worse when family hires you to do it, because it's like, not only do they not want to pay you what you deserve, but they also just take advantage of your time, because none of my family think I do work. They think I just sit at my computer all day, and it's like, I can't be bothered to explain to them that because I'm sitting at my computer does not mean I'm not doing work. All of my work is on the computer. It's trying to explain that to them is like talking to a brick wall and pulling teeth. So I just don't. I let them think what they want to think, and at the end of the day, I don't care as long as they don't bother me when I'm sitting at my computer. So, anyways, perfect segue into the health section of the quarterly goals. I would go over them, but I don't think I've changed much from my quarter one goals, besides like just like updating the stuff that's actually like I've actually done. So like in personal, I believe my quarter one goal for personal was like read a book, like a singular book. And you'll see in my next video that I'll hopefully be able to get up. It shouldn't be hard because I've been recording the clips as I go, so all I need to do is just like plunk them into my editor and then do them. But like, yeah, one of my personal goals for quarter one was read one book, and my new goal is I think it's read at least one book per month. I think it is. Let me go find it. Jeez Louise, I have this flipped so far. Yeah, read at least one book a month. But like stuff for like my business, which I haven't had the chance to do anything for since I started this. I don't think I've been able to do. I did semi-create a posting schedule, and then I ran out of things to post, which is where the new goal of like write down post ideas comes in. Because I was just doing it willy-nilly off the top of my head, but like having an idea of what I can post would be great. Health has been pretty good. I got 2 of those goals, but then I just keep them. I kept them and then altered them slightly to like just keep the momentum going, and then the next one is to like catalog what I've been going through and stuff, to just pick out any patterns and stuff like that. But now we're on to the messiest part of the setup, the actual coloring in. So I got new Tombos finally. I got another grayscale set, and then I got a new, I believe it's called Warm Blend set. But the colors that I'm using are 837, which is what I'm using right now, and 947. So 847 is like this really nice wine red, and I wanted to do a gingham pattern, a gingham theme. I originally wanted to do a picnic theme, but then I was like, I haven't looked at my iPad in a creative way since I think early February. So me creating a sticker sheet has gone out the door because of all this work that I have. I haven't been able to like put my brain to creative use. But phone, hush. Since then, and it's taking a toll on me, because like I wasn't motivated to do the editing for this video in the slightest. I wasn't motivated to do a lot of things recently because I just like anytime I come sit at my computer now, it's like, oh, you have to do this for somebody else. Oh, you have to do this for somebody else. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like, none of these people respect what I do. So to them, it's just me wasting time, and they're giving me something proper to do. So I don't know. It's a mess. But it took me a hot minute to do this setup because I had to lay down so much tape. And I was thinking to myself, like, the next time I do something like this, I'm just gonna freehand it. I mean, I finally get to use up washi tape that's just been sitting in my drawer that I was never going to use for anything decorative, which is great. And it was the perfect size to give me these squares. It was great. But like next time I'm just gonna freehand it because wow, putting down all this tape and then having my pages rip when I pull it up. And I mean, like, it looks like I'm pulling them up fast, but I'm really not. I'm pulling them up so slow that the curl on the tape is like an actual ringlet curl on a curly person's head. A curly haired person's head. Like, genuinely so slow that it's curling the tape like I'm putting it through a curling iron. It's wild. And so, like, I love the pattern, don't get me wrong. I love that I did this theme. I just wish I did it freehand so I could save time. And you're gonna see my head peeping it a lot because lining stuff up is very hard when you're not lining it up against the dots, but in between them instead. So I have to like get quite forward to get to see to make sure, and sometimes that didn't even work. I think on my monthly grid page, I legit gave up at some point of making the line straight, and I was like, you know what, it's gonna have to do. It's gonna have to do. But look at that, doesn't that look cool? I love how that turned out. I hated the process of it a little bit, but I love how it turned out. And I always do rounded edges for my cover pages so they actually match the page itself. But like doing it with straight line tape doesn't work out all that well. And I do the left side, the decorative piece, at a later date, but I think I edited it to make it more consistent. But I think I did that the next day because I was literally covered in ink. Like, I was getting ink everywhere. This marker is so pigmented that I legit got ink freaking everywhere. It was unreal. And then I went and did this and I hated it. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm glad I didn't crush up this thing that I used to create the negative space for the label, because I can just put it on the sticker paper and cut the exact size that I need and then take it off and do the April better than that, whatever the heck that was. I think it was because of the like adhesive from the washi tape messed with the Stabilo pen, so it didn't go down all that well. So I was just like, okay, let me just redo it and do it in the 9. This one is the 947, the brown that I'm using. And I love this set. It's like muted colors. Not muted. They're like desaturated, but not desaturated, if you know what I mean. Now we're on to my tasks and projects list. I did not label these because I just didn't want to. I wanted something different, and I was so sick of having to cut sticker paper to do stuff. Doing the grid, like I said earlier, such a tedious task. Like this I was contemplating doing freehand, but I was like, it's such a small section. I might as well just tape it up and just reuse the tape from earlier. But yeah, this is where I realized that the ink was just a disaster, because you saw when I like spread the tape to make it stick, one of the edges of the tape obviously has ink on it. So like I just wiped that up on my fingers, and now I'm touching the white page and it's getting the ink all over it. Not to the point where it's like messy. Like now I don't mind it because it's like, oh, it's just giving this lived in sort of feeling, like I'm using this page. It looks used, which I don't mind. I much prefer that because Sometimes I don't look at my projects and task page until very late in the month because I'm doing so many other things. And it's I think it's really bad. Like, the projects and task list is there for me to pick things from to do, and just like everything else comes up apparently. Um and it's like I just don't. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I truly feel like I need to be medicated because this ADHD is doing stuff, and the depression is not helping. It's really not. And I just, getting in contact with these people here is unbelievably slow because, like, I don't know, they're never there. Every time you call, you get sent straight to voicemail, and it's just like, bro, do y'all not work? Like, hello? What is happening? But yeah, I need to get that done. I really do. I need to call them again because it's like, this is starting to become ridiculous. But I truly believe that if I can use my projects and tasks list page better, or at least just use it more often, I will get a lot more stuff done. And I won't feel like I'm wasting time doing nothing. Even though, I mean, like, when I say doing nothing, I mean, like, I play video games to de-stress. And because it doesn't involve physically seeing other people, it's great, honestly. And I can multitask. I can play a video game, watch something on YouTube, and read something on my phone all at the same time. It's a very bad habit, but I do it. That's just how my brain works. Like, I need to be dependent on the game. I need to be doing something with my hands. Like, Final Fantasy has quite a bit of cutscenes, so like while they're doing the cutscenes, I'm reading something on my phone, and it's stuff like that. Genshin, the same way. Genshin, when you're doing like the main task, you're in a lot of cutscenes, you're in a lot of stuff, and it doesn't matter what language it's in. I'm not paying attention because I'll get the gist of it from the quest page, the quest information anyways. But now we're going to do a March flip through for what we have. March was a Clover theme, and as you can see, I did a lot of journaling, and we're on the last ones right now. So now I'm doing the weekly setup. I don't think I talked about any of the spreads I did. No, I did. I was just about to say, like, it feels like I wasn't talking about the spreads whatsoever. But we're going into the weekly setup, starting with the 31st of March, and then into the 6th to the 6th of April, I think it is. And I'm trying a different header. Instead of like a bar of color, I'm just writing it in colored. I wanted to try that. I kind of like it. I have to figure out what the decoration for this is going to be, because I might just do like just free-handed grid lines. And it's becoming sort of tedious to do this voiceover now, because every now and again DaVinci is going to pause, like, scrubbing through the clip or like the edit, so that I can voice over it as it happens. And I have to pause DaVinci to then pause the voiceover recording, and I just had to restart DaVinci because it wouldn't replay, it wouldn't continue playing. So now I don't even know where I left off the last clip of recording, but whatever, we're gonna move on because that's all we can do. So now we're looking at the monthly grid. This I did the next day because I was like, oh my god, I'm covered in ink for one, and I just need to stop spreading ink everywhere. I'm not, like, I just gotta stop. But you'll be able to catch like a lot that's happening right now. So as per usual, I miscount the amount of days in the month. Even though I went through all of the months and fixed them from February, because February was a disaster. But I went through. Thankfully, I did leave the space. Like, I didn't put okay, a lot of things happened. Thankfully, the sticker that was printed on the wrong side, so it's on the release paper and not the actual sticky paper bit. Actually, you know what I could do? I just thought of it. I might write it down. But thankfully that didn't stick properly for some reason. I don't know why. Like, the glue just wasn't drying. So I was able to move it, wipe off the glue, and put in the last box for April. And then just move it over to the side. But like on the right hand side in that panel there, I'm going to put the decoration for the month. And I think this wasn't where I realized I should have just done it freehand. Oh god. It was way earlier, but like I was like, I'm in it now, I might as well make it consistent. But the grid wasn't the most difficult thing. It really wasn't. The decoration was where my brain was like, just do something. Just do something. And it did not want a perfect box on the side because I was so sick of it now. I was like, I'm gonna just do it wherever the tape ends. So that's what led to this. And this is where I finally gave up. I was like, I don't care if it's straight or not. I really don't. So because I caught the end of the ruler and it just curved around instead of being a straight line. And then all of these were straight up until the very last one. And it was cattywampus as nuts. I just don't know what happened because it looked straight to me, but apparently it did not go down straight. And so, yeah, I fixed a lot. But this one went very fast. At least to me it did. I tried to simplify everything as best as I could because I just didn't want to push myself with no steam in my sails, no wind in my sails, whatever. I just didn't want to continue pushing what wasn't there, you know? Let me write down what I was thinking before I forget. I think I thought of that, but I didn't want to like do it because I was like, I have no lines to go off of. But at this rate, I don't think it matters. I'll just cut it how I need to cut it, I think. But yeah, it's a whole mess. But I had to like actually, for some reason, like I said, the glue wasn't drying for some reason, and I've used this glue all the time, and I've done this before where I glued the release paper to the book, like you can see in the previous month I did that, but for some reason it just would not stick, it would not dry, so I just had to tape it to the page. Thankfully I have clear tape and not like a foggy tape, and I did it. And then finally adding the day stickers, and the tabs is the last of it all. Oh boy. Next video, I have to now contemplate if I'm going to binge read a book before I finish my before I do my quarterly reading journal post. Like, I started this book and I've read it like I think 3 days. I read for 3 days and I just haven't picked it up since, and that was like at the beginning of the month, and I just hadn't had the motivation to read anything. I don't know if it was the book itself or if it was me. I'm leaning more towards both. But yeah, I'm gonna see if I can like binge read it and do the spread. Not really spread. I'll probably just keep it to a page if I can in my journal so that I can get the video started and editing. It's literally just the last book that I need to do. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe. Also comment down below what you thought of the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.